moving around on the blockchain. Now I'm basically cashless. Now I'm even getting cash back. So I watch on my cash stack. High yields on stable coins, yeah, that's where my bag at. All I really need is Wi-Fi. Getting money on DeFi. Mega cash on MetaMask, Celsius and BlockFi. You better run when the runners run. Show you how to get your money up. Dollar inflated like bubble gum. Markets are jumping like double dutch. Buying up gold till I get a ton. Crypto, yeah, I got some. You better run when the runners run. You better run when the runners run.
Y'all better run with the runners run. What's up, everyone? It's Tuesday. What is today? March 15th. You're running with the runners. I got my boy Ricardo Hamilton over here. What's going down, man?
Man, you know, brother, constantly, continuously, consistently building wealth in precious metal assets and crypto, baby. Let's get it.
I knew it. That's what you're always up to. All right, guys, listen. Again, we're not here to scare you. We're here to prepare you. But we're telling you, brace for impact. The last 2 years were just to get you ready for what is about to come. Many people will lose. Many people will win. We want to see as many of you win as possible. So, Ricardo, before I bring up the first article we're going to look at, maybe just paint the scene for people about when we say brace for impact, what do we mean, and how important it is for them to stay positive right now during this time?
Yeah, I mean, so, man, brace for impact, folks. You already know when something about to go down, they tell you, look, brace for impact. You need to mentally and physically, emotionally, spiritually be aware of what's going on and what's coming, because it's going to affect you. You're going to have a reaction to what's going on. There's no way of escaping it. No matter where you are, who you are, what status you are going to be affected by what's going on. And so when we say brace for impact, we want people to realize that there is something coming, but there's also opportunity. But we want to make sure that you have all the tools, all the resources, all the assets and streams of income that you can have to weather the storm. Because do understand that when the market crashes, right, it doesn't mean that money disappeared. You can hear the Dow Jones crash you can hear the market is going down, but that doesn't mean money disappears. It means money's changing hands. There was somebody who was on the right side of that trade. There was somebody who's benefiting while others are not, because they did not brace for the impact. They weren't even aware, okay, that we were in a collision course. There are a lot of people walking around right now and have no idea, because they have a normalcy and complacency bias, that we are literally about to have a collision course, okay, in this economy with all the dynamics that's taking place. But I get excited because amongst all the chaos, there's opportunity. If you've been running with the runners from day one, you're winning, because we've been getting gold, we've been getting silver, we've been getting cryptocurrency, we've been getting cash flow, and there's more than enough opportunity and ways for you to go out here and brace for this impact. So not only that you can come out on the other end but actually create a legacy for yourself at the same time.
Couldn't have said it better, man. Spot on. Focus on your mindset. Stay positive. You're going to get all sorts of negative energy from the media and everything else to, give up or lose hope or whatever. No, this is the time you double down. This is the time where we decide, is it the Great Reset or the Great Awakening? This is the battle we've been preparing for, and it's time to win.
That's right.
And what I talked to you guys about last week was nickel going up 500% in one day, and they shut down the nickel trading exchange. I believe this will happen with silver and most likely with gold. So this entire week, guys, there has been no nickel price. The market for nickel has been shut down for an entire week. So I just want to read a couple excerpts from this article. This is from Wall Street on Parade from yesterday or today. Yeah, today. Traders who feel they were robbed of their profits trading nickel last week at the London Metal Exchange have taken to Twitter to verbally accuse the LME of favoring their cronies and behaving like slime balls. Not surprisingly, suspect number one is JP Morgan Chase, who holds the largest number of Class B shares through various entities they have. But I want to come down here and read this part. It is believed that at some point last Tuesday, the banks came clean with the LME as to what their total derivative exposure was. Derivative are just fake things. Like you take one real thing and then make 40 fake things from it. And to the massive losses they would experience if the trading that occurred last Tuesday was allowed to stand. What is not in dispute is that the LME suspended trading in nickel last Tuesday and canceled all of the thousands of trades that had occurred last Tuesday prior to the suspension of trading. The canceled trades benefit the short positions, but left other traders with profitable long positions out in the cold. So what we're talking about here, guys, is the price for all these commodities, gold, silver, nickel, are all basically housed on one exchange. It's the COMEX for silver. And all this is big banks trading back and forth. What they do is they short it, which means they bet it's going to go down, and then they make it go down, and then they take the profits, and they just wash, rinse, and repeat this. This is why silver's really only worth $25 at spot right now. So what they did is all these people were shorting, and then when the price finally skyrocketed, rather than making them pay, they stopped trading and basically said, we're just going to help the shorts out, the big money, the Wall Street elites. We're going to help them win and make sure anyone that was longing it loses. And so this is why we always say the price of assets right now do not matter as they are valued in the dollar. What matters is, do you have physical silver in your hand, physical gold in your possession? That's all that matters, because again, just like with nickel, we don't know what the price of nickel was for the last week. It didn't matter. Okay. What matters is, if you need nickel, do you have nickel, because you need to hold it. The last one here, I wanted to read is at the very bottom. That JP Morgan is at the center of yet another trading scandal, is an indictment of Congress and federal regulators to meaningful reform of Wall Street. So once again, guys, don't be surprised. There's no use in complaining about it. We're just here to educate you and let you know you need physical possession of your money that is real, not debt. So the first thing to prepare for the bracing for impact is to get physical gold and silver in your own possession. Ricardo, your thoughts on that and nickel being suspended, or the price of nickel being suspended for a week?
Well, George Carlin pretty much said it's a big club and you're not in it, folks. Okay? This present system that we have has been a big club where the wealthy accumulate wealth, and they make sure that the masses of people don't get access to it. And when things don't go in their favor, they will make sure they flick the switch, cut the circuit breakers, and rig the system back in their favor. So as you can see, the veil is being lifted. The illusion that we have a free market economy, the illusion that we have, a free market is gone. I mean, you can obviously see that. If you didn't learn from this particular instance, you should have learned from Robin Hood when they did the same thing to the traders that were trading GameStop, right? I mean, obviously, we know that they'll pull the plug. So the whole point is like, if you know that's the case, right? How do you hedge? How do you protect yourself? How do you diversify? How do you make sure that you're not on the short end of that stick, right? And so this is what we talk about. This is what we're saying. You need to get the physical asset. You need to make sure that you own and control your keys and your wealth, right? And so right now, JP Morgan in yet another scandal, because we know they've been manipulating physical silver and all the precious metal markets for a very long time, right? And if you think that those people are angry, right, wait until you realize when they start doing the bail-ins and when people's pension funds start getting raided, which they've already been raided. There's an illusion that you have wealth. There is no wealth when you only have debt, because the dollar is not money, it's debt. So you only have wealth when you have assets, when you have real money, gold and silver. And this is why we're telling people that you need to have gold and silver, you need to have cash flow, and you want to make sure that you're building wealth and creating a legacy for you and your family during these times.
That's what it's all about. And again, let me just rephrase or restate. We are not financial advisors. We don't want you guys to freak out. We want you to be prepared for what is coming. So again, remember how you thought and felt when the C word started, okay? I think they have kind of put us to sleep at this point by scaring us so many times over and over again. Don't lose focus though. Make sure you have some food, some extra food, get some MREs, make sure you have plenty of water. I would, a personal choice might be to make sure you have cash outside of the bank. I would, let me see. Me personally will be taking most of my cryptocurrency off centralized exchanges. I didn't have that much to begin with, but I will do less because of this next tweet we're going to show you guys. Now, I don't agree with this exactly, but we're going to discuss it because Robert Kiyosaki had a tweet that went very viral this week. He says, buy Bitcoin. Prediction, Biden to sign executive order regulating cryptos. Next, Fed crypto. Next, all cryptocurrency seized and folded into government crypto. Let's go, Brandon, you criminal, you commie. Now, I think Kiyosaki was being exaggerating a little bit, okay, trying to, wake people up, all right? Now, I don't think Bitcoin's going anywhere. Biden will probably sign an executive order regulating cryptos. That might not necessarily be a bad thing. There will be a Fed crypto. Possibly could cryptocurrencies be seized on centralized exchanges? Maybe. I don't see that happening. If they're on your own wallet, they're definitely not going to be confiscated. If China can't even do it right now, I don't think America can. I think there will be a government crypto, but I think it will run alongside the other cryptos. But I think what he's just trying to do is, again, like we're saying, brace for impact, is make sure you're ready. Make sure your crypto is off centralized exchanges. Make sure it's in your, you have your hardware wallets. Make sure you have your key phrases backed up. And then again, make sure, we talked about this earlier on our Zoom, make sure you have cash flow and cash on hand, because if things do dip, the people who have cash ready on the sideline to buy said dips and whatever it is that you like are the ones that are going to win. So, Ricardo, your take on Kiyosaki and his tweet that went viral this week.
Let's go, Brandon.
Now, do you mean the coin or the actual saying with that, Ricardo?
Well, the coin actually happens to be up 200% this week. So let's go, Brandon, on the coin. But definitely let's go, Brandon, the statement. And I think that more and more people are starting to come along to that let's go, Brandon side of the whole thing. But the whole idea that, the government can seize your crypto, obviously that's not true. I mean, like Mike said, if you have your crypto in your own non-custodial wallet, okay, decentralized wallet, that's the beauty of crypto, folks. Cryptocurrency would not be in the trillions of market cap if it did not have these fail safes, if it did not provide these assurances, right? And so the government can, sign any order. They can go to the legislator and have them create any order. There's no way that anybody can get access to your cryptocurrency if it's in a non-custodial wallet. Now, if you are exposed on a centralized exchange, then of course, yes, and the centralized exchanges will comply. They will comply. So in that case, yes. But that's the beauty of blockchain technology, is that it gives you a decentralized component. Even so much so when we all found out that JP Morgan, yet again in the news, JP Morgan and BlackRock, I'm telling you, it's a lot of stuff coming out now, right? But JP Morgan owning through consensus, owning MetaMask to a certain degree, right? And it being centralized. Well, that is partly true, but also you can still set it up to where it's decentralized, right? So this is the beauty of blockchain. There are avenues that they try to control, because understand, there's the blockchain, which is decentralized, but to access the blockchain, you have to have an on-ramp. Now, most of the on-ramps are centralized, whether it's an on or off ramp, and they call them choke points. They want to control the on and off ramps. That way they can manipulate and control the whole system. But still, yet again, there are, of course, Vanguard too, but there are decentralized ways of still being able to access and move and and do business, okay? So one of the things, like Mike and I are saying, that are going to do very well are physical assets, because what happened in nickel, all right, like you said, you will see that in other commodities. They are manipulating this market. When you talk about shorts, it's all fabricated. It's a fugazi. A lot of times they didn't even have the money. They borrowed it, naked short sales and all kind of stuff just to manipulate the price on the market. But one thing you guys need to remember, that there's a difference between the price and value of something. I hope that you know the value of something more than you know the price. And when you know the difference, you will be wealthy.
That's it. That's it right there. Price versus value. And so this is just my personal opinion, guys. You know, just what I think. I don't see anything leading to a rise in cryptocurrency in the short term. I could see prices rising slightly up maybe until May, or certain winners and losers. But I see things with everything that's going on, and with what I assume the stock market at some point will go down. I don't see cryptocurrencies going up in the short term. That doesn't mean I'm getting rid of them or anything like that. But I definitely want to make sure I have stable coins and stable coin yield. So that's why you guys want to make sure you are inside the Runners app. We have multiple ways to do that on multiple blockchains. You know, a few of our favorites are on Binance Smart Chain with Elephant Money and using the Terra Luna. And also the latest one that we just added was using the Cosmos Atom blockchain. So those are the things that we're going to be focusing on kind of coming up the next few months. I don't plan on really, you know, just buying kind of random coins like we had been with the bull market where things were popping. Now, we made this transition about 3 months ago where we were looking to move into more stable assets, more stable coins that are giving us 20 to 80% APY. But that's just kind of what we're doing to brace for this impact of what is coming, so that if there is a market dip, we have fresh dollars or stable coins on the sideline to buy up that dip. Ricardo, anything you want to add with just kind of the Runners app, or, you know, making sure that you have dollars available when there are market dips to capitalize on these opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, the most important thing is cash flow. Don't forget that, folks. The most important thing is cash flow, because if all you got is assets, it's just a matter of time, because you're going to have to liquidate those assets to live, to eat, to provide for yourself and your family. So this is why you have to continue to spread the message. This is why you have to continue to share. This is why you have to continue to grow in this space, because we're all growing. And where you are today is not necessarily where you will be tomorrow, but it is predicated upon your thoughts and your activity. So that's why we talk about mindset is key and cash flow is king. Okay. So mindset is key and cash flow is king. And you need to make sure that you have the right mindset, regardless of all the chaos, regardless of all the noise, regardless of all the distractions. And you need to make sure that you're continuing to build your cash flow. Okay. Because that cash flow is very critical in these times of inflation. It's very critical in these times of uncertainty. It's very critical in these times where we don't know where the market's going to go. We don't know where the housing market's going to go. They're talking about a new strain of coronavirus. China's over there on lockdown, a certain part of it, a couple million people. I mean, we don't know what they're going to throw into the mix next. China and the Red Sea over there in Taiwan. They're saying Iran just bombed the consulate in the U.S. You never know, okay? So this is the whole thing, is that you just want to be prepared. But if you're not receiving this information, if you're not plugging in, you won't even be in tune to really what's going on in the environment, and at least to give you the thought or the inclination that maybe I should be doing something different than what I've been doing. Because a lot of people are just doing what they've been doing, not realizing that they weren't lying to you when they said that we're not going back to normal. Most people think that it's a joke when Klaus Schwab of the World Economic Forum says that you will own nothing and be happy. Well, the way you're going to own nothing is because you don't know what an asset is. You don't own money anyway. Most people don't have money. They have debt, which is the dollar that they think is money. Most people don't own their home. And so when they do engineer this next market crash, right? I mean, the real crash that we're just slowly in and people are waking up to, that's how they're going to buy everything up. BlackRock does not become a $9 trillion company greater than the GDPs of the top 3-4 countries in the world by accident. They engineer market crashes. That's what the Federal Reserve and governments and banks that go up around, that's what they do. That's why you have a market crash every 10 years or so. And they buy up your house, they buying up stock. Bill Gates is buying up farmland, they're buying up the assets. So you will have nothing to own and you will be a renter and you will be happy. And that's what you have to prepare for. And the other side of this is that do understand that they don't need human labor. They no longer need you to work in the factories because they got factories that are running 100% on robots. They don't need you to drive the trucks because they got the driverless semi trucks now. They don't need you to clean the office spaces because they got the robots they can put in to clean the whole office space. I've seen it. So they don't need human labor anymore. So you have to really understand where they're moving this economy to, where they're moving the world to. When they said New World Order, it's not a joke. They're ushering us into a whole new zeitgeist, a paradigm, a whole new matrix in reality. And the problem is that most people have no idea and they don't know what to do. But you guys do because you've been plugging in. You know the systems that we're using. You know the assets that we're accumulating. And you know the cash flow opportunities that are continuing to allow us to breathe and sleep a little better at night. So we put it all in the app. Take advantage. Yeah.
That's it, man. Mic drop on that, everyone. Holy crap. Guys, right there. Give me a silver for freedom in the comments with Ricardo just on that. That was fire, bro. And guys, make no mistake about it. We're going to win, right? We are going to win, us individually and the runners, of course. But I mean, the good is going to defeat the evil as it always does. Just a few more things before we get off here. Kiyosaki, World War III, just bought 2,500 U.S. silver eagles in 5 green boxes. Why silver? Gold already moved up. Bitcoin still too high. Silver 50% below all-time high. Silver an industrial metal as well as money. I buy silver because it is liquid and can be spent without government tracking. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a guy who has completely changed my life, and I'm so glad I started listening to him. I wish I would have done it more. But guys, again, we're not here to scare you. We are here to prepare you. Brace for impact. We don't know when. We don't know how, but we all know something is coming, and we want to make sure that you are prepared. That's why we have the app. So make sure you click down in the links below and you get started. That's why we have multiple businesses where we get assets and we get cash flow from them. That's why we have the crypto training so you understand stable coins and how to get yield so that you can beat inflation. We have all the tools that you need to not forget about surviving, guys. It's time to thrive no matter what they throw at us. We know what central governments and authoritarians are going to try to do. The question is are you going to prepare to beat them? Ricardo, last words before we sign off.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously, look, the dollar's losing value. You got to put that money to work for you. You want to find real systems out here. There are a lot of Ponzi, crypto Ponzi schemes out here. It's ridiculous. A lot of them are coming down. I'm seeing a lot of it. And I posted some of them. I've seen some other people as well posting a lot of these crypto Ponzi schemes. A lot of scams out there. So in your journey of trying to have your money work for you, know how to evaluate an opportunity. Know how to evaluate a cryptocurrency project before you put your money into it, okay? Because we want you to win. We don't want you to lose. And so that's why we literally, strictly vet a lot of the things that we're sharing with people so we can make sure that they're winning, right? Getting an asset, creating a cash flow, dealing with solid, companies based in the U.S. And that have a good name, So, folks, man, we once again, we just getting started. I mean, I'm so optimistic amongst all the chaos just for what we're going to do. We got stuff coming down the line, folks, that, I mean, it's just in the mix. And I'm making some connections on my end. It's just a lot of things going on. And I hope you're doing the same. Dream bigger, think bigger, manifest bigger, mindset, uplift, manifest momentum, put it to work. Okay. This is our time. Like, it's chaos, but this is opportunity. So which side of the coin you want to be on, the chaotic side or the opportunistic side? Let's get it. Lace up.
That's it. Let's get wealthy, guys. Peace. We'll see you next week. We're jumping onto this Zoom. If you want information, get in the Facebook group. It's down below and wherever you're watching this. And we'll see you guys there. Lace up. Let's get